Hey guys, how's it going? CoreData here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most popular decks, if not the most popular deck from the most recent expansion tournament, and that is Japan's Sov Aggro. So this is the list. Like I said, this is probably the single most popular list from the most recent expansion tournament. I believe all barring one player brought some variant of Japan's Soviet. I could be wrong. It might have been more people that didn't bring it, but pretty much the entirety of the top 8 had Japan Soviet. This has become sort of the go-to version of Jagro. Germany has been dropped pretty much as the ally because Soviet has brought along two very, very powerful cards from Naval Warfare, being, as you can imagine, 99 Comb and Rush. These are the two playable Soviet cards from Naval Warfare. I did say in the Soviet mid-range video that Soviets didn't really get much from Naval Warfare, at least nothing that playable. These two cards make up the backbone of Soviets right now. Soviets are in a bad place, so it's nice that they at least have something to do. But yeah, this is pretty much just straight up Jagro, just splashing in Soviets for exactly Comb and Rush. And because you're playing Rush, you're able to play a few interesting pieces alongside it, just for extra synergy. Those pieces being 33rd Recon and the returning Scouting Patrol. This just spawns two 33rd Recons in your support line. The 33rd Recons are 1-cost 1/2s that when they take damage, you draw a card. Think of like Acolyte of Pain and Hearthstone. Basically that exact same effect. Very, very potent draw tool for the deck, especially with like Rush and Sickle. You're very easily able to cycle through your deck. They also punish your opponent for going for like an early Crossfire because you're able to draw a bunch of cards to refuel. Aside from that, the deck is fairly straightforward, just playing a bunch of aggro stuff. 15 Cavalry Regiment, as you can imagine, one of the best, most aggressive 1-drops in the game. 4 copies expansion, TK early, 3 copies CoreData, just because there's order heavy decks are everywhere right now. Things like Commandos. The Germany-US deck plays quite a lot of orders early in the form of ramp and removal, like the routes and stuff. As well as there's a whole couple of other decks. Things like Legions. Legions also plays a ton of orders. Type 93, also a very relevant unit in this deck, just because you're flooding the board so easily, so you're able to very easily deal a ton of damage with this. Desperate Measures 10 Recon, Shinano, because again we're flooding the board, so Shinano's often going to deal quite a bit of damage, and is just one of the best elites in Japan. Raiding Brigade deals with a lot of things in the metagame currently. It takes out Commandos, takes out the Rangers, can hit Kyoto regiments out of the Intel decks. As well as a few other things like Bergman Regiment out of the Germany-US deck. As I said, Scouting Patrol is one of the key pieces of the deck for the draw. Aichi is just a very sticky, annoying body to deal with. You remove the front half, and then you have to deal with a 3/2 Smokescreen Bomber on the backside. Just a very frustrating card to deal with, and is pretty good right now. Bombers are in a decent spot right now. There's not too many fighters in the metagame outside of things like Arado and the FW in Navy Burn. And we are running the SU-100. This is the other card you're splashing for the Rush. 4-cost, 1-op, 4/3 Blitz, has 4 attack when if damaged. Super relevant unit right now, like I said, with Rush being a part of a lot of these decks. Very easy to activate it. 8 damage for like 7 is like not bad when you consider like playing the Rush, playing the SU plus the operation cost. So yeah, just a very, very solid unit right now. And I'm playing 1 copy of Akagi. I will say that most of the tournament lists were running 2 copies of Akagi. There's 2 very good reasons why I'm only running 1 copy of Akagi. First and foremost, there is already a ton of draw in this deck. With all the 33rd Recons, with the scouting parties, with the expansions, plus the 2 copies of Sickle. This deck has so many ways of drawing cards. You are frequently, your hand is frequently pretty full. So finding a spot to play the Akagi is very, very difficult. The main reason you play the Akagi is because it discounts what you draw by 2, meaning you're able to play pretty much the majority of what you draw for free. So in those scenarios where you have an empty hand, it's incredibly powerful. However, those scenarios are far and few between, so I've found running 1 copy is perfectly fine. The other big reason why I'm only running one copy is because I only own 1 copy, so I couldn't run more even if I wanted to. So to substitute for the Akagi, I am playing the second SU, and I've trimmed 1 copy of Sickle. Most of the tournament lists, again, were running 1 single copy of SU-100 and 3 copies of Sickle. I've just found having the extra SU finding the SU in certain matchups is really, really important. Against decks like Germany, where they have the possibility of going for like an Alpenfestung, where you need that big 8 damage burst. I find having the extra SUs just to be helpful. So I am running one extra XU at the cost of one of the sickles, like I said. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward list, not too much to say. As for guys you could be running in this deck, there was a lot of like minor tech choices and tweaks among the top 8 in the most recent tournament. People were running things like Carrier Battle for extra burn damage. People were running 77th Infantry just as a slightly more mid-range, unit that's able to just generate value. For me, I'm just running the Aichis in that spot. Like I said, the fact that it makes another body when it dies, and a relevant body at that, is pretty good, is pretty solid right now. But there's a bunch of different things you could add and test out in this deck. You could potentially be running more Shabatas if you're running into slightly more order heavy decks on ladder. You could potentially be running 58 infantry, the 3/2 or the 1/2 shock plus 2 attack while it has shock. If you're crewing into quite a few mirror matches or against other aggro decks, it's very, very potent. But aside from that, there's not too much to say about this deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and on some games. Up against Germany, I believe, yep. I think I keep both. Keep the comb, keep the cavalry, and keep rush. Play comb on 1. You be extremely wary of crossfire in this matchup. Bergman Battalion. It might just be an on-curve and play next turn. 5 plus 10th recon on top. So it's Handlock. Brit ally tells us it's Handlock. Yeah, I think I just play the N. This gives them a crossfire bridge, which is unfortunate. But it also presents lethal next turn if they don't have crossfire. Literal top deck this turn, crossfire. I love that. I love when that happens. Play 10th, recon, throw back the rush. Push the recon. I'll play the Aichi here. Or is it better if I play the early? I'll play the early, push it forward. Next, they're down to 5. I think the Aichi is probably just better here. We do see a route come out, which is fine. Route and Fog of War locks up my top decks for 2 turns, but that's not going to matter because I have the SU. If they want to play Fortification, it's going to take up pretty much the entirety of their turn. They also have to interact with this board this turn if they don't want to die. They're turn off Alpenfestung. Bergman. Route again, yeah. I still need to clear this. Cool. Nice handlock. Up against Japan. I think I'll keep 33rd plus rush here. Means next turn we can potentially push this forward, go for expansion. As they have comb. Find an Aichi. I think I'll just spend a rush on this. It's not great, but this is kind of contests most of their stuff. I can go Scouting Party, or I can just get the Aichi down. Or I can just draw with the expansions. I think Aichi is probably the best play. Cavalry Regiment. Plus expansion. I will take this trade here. Cavalry Regiment forward. I'll play one expansion. Ooh, Shibata. Oh, do I hold a sickle here? Do I just play the Shibata? Do I care about this trade? Not really. Yeah. I'll just play the Shibata here, I think. So they get a Shibata down. Rush hits my Shibata. Second rush. I mean, I think that's pretty straightforward after seeing 2 rushes out of the opponent. Just play the Aichi and get him for 5. Desperate measures for the opponent. They always have it. They always seem to have desperate measures. Then they carrier battle to clear it. Find SU-100. Spend 1 sickle here. It throws off my math a little bit. It means I can't SU plus sickle next turn. That's going to be our lethal line more than likely. Stay calm. Third calm. Expansion again. Find Shinano. No, no, not Shinano. Oh. Take 1 trade here, draw Scouting Party again. Move this forward, go for expansion. TK early. I will TK early just to remove. Raiding Brigade. We will 10th recon. I'll shuffle in this carrier battle, I think. Actually, no, I'll shuffle in this expansion. I could play Scouting Party, but I think the Shibata pressure is probably a little bit better. I mean, I could move this forward, right? Offer the trade and just get the Scouting Party down. Because this isn't more Shinanoing, right? It's Shinano for 4. Drops into 11. I have no activator for the SU in hand. It might be wrong to not push and play the Scouting Party. Shibata, they probably have another rush. Motor rifles, interesting. Shinano for 6. If it's a gamble, right? I could play the recon and then go Shinano. Oh. Couldn't have drawn it up any better. And they have the rush in hand as well. Rushikage. Sickle to remove the damage. Sickle to clear after Shibata. Kage finds some more things to do this turn. Yeah, so SU's lethal here. SU with the carrier battle. Oh, never mind. They live another turn. Raiding Brigade. Deny them at least one draw, yeah. Grindy game that was. Once again queuing into Japan. I mean, this is the first day of the season, so people are all playing Japan Soviet to try and climb. I think I'll just keep this. Shinano might be good. Aichi's a pain for them to deal with. Pika early. It's just gonna be a sickle. To play like a second one. Oh, it's Legions. Legions, I think, is a pretty unwinnable matchup for us. Oh, this hand does not play well into Legions. Yeah. Yeah. And there goes 10th Recon. I can clear this Legions. It cost me literally everything to do it. And they're just gonna drop a Terran out this turn, and then I'm fucked. Second stretch the line. Plus shifting doctrine. I played the Aichi here to try and get it killed, so next turn I can actually draw some more cards off these scanning patrols. I'd rather keep my recons alive, because if I just play the recon, he trades into one. And they've got Ann in hand, okay. If they go super wide, Shinano is going to be a consideration. They push the bomber forward. That had to be a misclick, right? That had to have been a misclick. I will Shibata. Because it's probably going to be Anne, right? Plan West. And take out my Aichi, yeah. I can go Shibata. Go Shibata and we'll go Shinano. Draw. Find another expansion, push this, go expansion. I had to clear the end and I had to get rid of the legions as well. Baby Aichi comes out. Kyoto Regiment. And Recon. Another SU-100. We'll draw first. See what we find. Find Desperate Measures. Desperate Measures is a huge top deck here. So we trade here. Draw another card. Sickle here. Go Desperate Measures. Cavalry Regiment and Cavalry Regiment, push them forward and once again go for expansion. Find double comb. I need rush. Six recon. Shifting Doctrine. Take 2 from the Shibatas. The fun thing about about this this recon is it might actually kill them because I can activate my SUs for me. SU's only 8. Can't quite do what I want to here because I need 6 for the SU plus to operate. I have no cheap way of removing or like activating the recon. I think I go scouting party, see what's... Okay, so it's Wolves Division, we know that much. Take a trade here. Take a trade here. Draw a bunch of cards. Ooh, go type early. Comb. Comb. Shibata. Type 93 is just leave the next turn. Kyoto off the top. Removes one of the Shibatas. Wolves transforms a comb. Okay. We go type 93. No, we can go Raiding Brigade, right? Push the recon forward. Let me think, actually. Because if I Raiding Brigade this, I can just get in for damage. So it's 2, 4, 5, 6. That's 10 damage. I'm 1 off lethal if I do that. I can't do any SU plays here. Yeah, I think I'll just do it this way. 3 for Shibatas. And did Shibata. Nice. Once again, the Japan mirror match. A lot of Japan. Like I said, it's the first day of the season, so everyone's playing aggro to try and climb. It could be Legions. Legions is also very popular right now. I will keep this because it's reasonable. Pass on turn 1 leads me to believe it's Legions. I will play Shibata. It is in fact Legions. I do need to remove the Legion early. Raiding Brigade takes out the Shibata. I ignore the trade here because it means if they choose to ignore it. Okay. I was gonna say if they choose to ignore it and just develop the Tarnow, I can remove it with N plus like double trade. Whereas now I'm just gonna go trade here with the Aichi. Play the TK early, move it forward, play the recon. I could sickle my own recon here. Because I'm not expecting Tarnow until turn 6 now, right? Because they have the section 2 in hand. So they have to play the Tarnow with something. Is the sickle gonna matter? Potentially not. I mean, I have the An. It matters. It matters for getting through a Legion, like a 3/3 Legion, maybe. I'll hold it. I'll just hold it. I don't know if it's correct to sickle there or not. Samask Uprising, sure. Section 2 to draw. Kyoto Regiment, sure. Type 93 is also really, really important here. Just 4, 5, 6. So I can remove Tarnow if they play it this turn with Type 93 plus Aichi. Death for measures, because they always have the death for measures. Big Aichi. Plus Kyoto. I can Raiding Brigade to get that back. I'll pass at that. Cavalry Regiment, take a trade. Shifting Doctrine, trying to dig. Looking for the Tarnow. Stretch the line. Ups the An cost. Sickle. Trade. I could just get the SU down. I'll threaten it. I really don't want to pass just with 4 floating. Pick a rush. Ah, I missed damage. Fuck. Damn it. Shit. Fuck it. I just missed an extra. I just missed a point of damage. I am an idiot. I missed the point of damage. It's fine. I have 4 damage from hand next turn. They could have long range reconnaissance, whatever it is, the health gain. Yeah. But it doesn't save them, yeah. Yeah, it turns out Legions is not that great if you don't draw Tarno. And this time, oh, we're up against Britain. Okay. We can probably assume it's going to be Commandos. So I'm looking for a nice fast start here. They full the ship. The full mulligan leads me to believe probably Commandos. I don't think there's any decks you'd really mulligan that aggressively in. Yeah. I figured. And the worst part about this is, well, I mean, I can rush to kill it. And I kind of have to. Which feels terrible, but it's something I have to do. Because we are unfortunately going second against this. Convoy for draw. Duress. I mean, it's fine. We at least have Sickle now, if they just play another naked commando. Research adds radar. Find Shinano. Go for expansion. Draw some cards, see what we find. Ooh, scouting party. I think this is just scouting party. I'm gonna miss 2 damage from the Aichi here, but I think it's fine. Okay, they have the Rangers in hand. All too important to know. It does die to Recon, or to Raiding Brigade, rather. So I have an answer for it. So you go Warbonds. We find another scouting party. I'll push one forward. Here, here, and scouting party. Yeah. They have the raid in hand. Okay, so they have raid plus rangers. They can rangers, raid plus radar. We'll draw a bunch of cards here. They picked a really interesting Monty target. So, Raiding Brigade. Blitz it forward. Cavalry Regiment. Blitz it forward. We build Rush. Cycle a card. They, if you didn't catch it, they Montied the Aichi instead of the middle Recon, leaving one unpinned. Luckily for them, the unpinned one died. Ah, yes, a second Royal Research off of Baker Street Regulars. As you do. Plus cup of tea, yeah. Go here. Go here. Trade this over. Yeah, Baker Street Regulars is it's not an okay card. Number 10. For freedom. It snipes the Aichi, are you kidding? Okay. Draw off expansion here. Find Shibata. Good draw. Draw again. TK early. They might have a pop-off turn here. I know one card in hand is the Rangers. Here comes the Rangers. Protected Convoy. Wave after wave. Yeah. Desperate Measures. Fight Desperate Measures, I go down to... Oh, this is lethal, right? So I'm at 7, and I can SU Sickle and go face. You know what? I think we earned that one. I think we earned that one. I think that was deserved. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said at the start, slightly more meta decks for the last couple of weeks just because I haven't had time. Let me know if you want to see me cover a few more of the tournament decks. There's a few more interesting things that people brought. There was like the Soviet US self-damage counter-offensive deck with the 1-2-3s was very, very interesting to see. So yeah, there's a couple of decks that I wouldn't mind looking over, so just let me know if you guys want to see that going forward. But yeah, like I said before, remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.